Assalamualaikum sir. For today's presentation, our group will present about analyze shooting movement in netball. But before we start, we will introduce ourselves.
Hi, my name is Siti Aisyah binti Zaha and I am from NSR 113-4D. My student ID is 2023-803442.
Hi, my name is Nurul Najiha binti Norazam. I'm from NSR 134D and my student ID is 2023-685588.
Hi, my name is Nurul Farcha Izzati binti Muhammad Azrizal and I am from NSR 1134D and my matrix number is 20238799194.
Hi, my name is Shazam Masara binti Zahari. I am from NSR 1134D. My matrix number is 2023-683-622.
Hi, my name is Kisina Humaira binti Isam and I'm from NSR 1134D. My matrix number is 2023-839-276.
Hi, my name is Nurul Ain binti Masahat. I am from NSR 1134D. My matric number 2023-864-742.
Hai, Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nonali Damia binti Sharun Nizam and I'm from NSR 1134D and my matrix number is 2023-885758.
So now I will start the presentation. For our table of content, first we have introduction. After that, action that involve when shooting in netball. Next, explanation about the phase 1, which is ready position. Then phase 2, about flexion and extension. After that, we have wrist movement in phase 3. And phase 4, follow through, and last but not least, conclusion. Okay, but before we start, we will show you the preview action of shooting in netball. So now, the reason we choose shooting in netball because this skill require both of anatomical and mechanical basis of human motion. For the anatomical basis, it includes use of major muscle group such as bicep, tricep, hamstring, and quadricep. While for the mechanical basis, it includes of principle such as balance stability, lever system, and projectile motion, which is they are essential for accurate and powerful shoot. So that's all from me for now.
Now for my part, what is the action that involved in netball shooting? So there are two parts, which is lower body and upper limb. The similarity between these two parts is the same action, which is flexion and extension. For lower body part, it involves ankle, knee and hip. So flexion happens when the athlete bend their knees and hip to load energy and prepare for the outward push. So extension happens when the athlete strengthen the leg and hips to generate outward force and to power the shot. Now for upper limb part, it involves shoulder, elbow, wrist and finger. So for flexion, shooting arm will raise with the shoulder flexing and the wrist will flat and flick to give the ball back spin. And for extension, when elbow extend to push the ball outward and fingers guide the ball direction. Now we move to the phase 1. In this phase, there are 3 important things before the athletes do the shooting. First is the eyes. Eyes need to focus on the ring or just above the front of the hoop. Second is the hands. Shooting hand is grip and under the ball and finger is spread wide, while other hand is non-shooting hand, is just supporting the side of the ball. Lastly is the feet. Feet should be open with shoulder width apart. That's all from my part.
Okay, thank you Jia for your explanation. Now I will move to my part, which is I will explain the phase 2, which is flexion and extension movement. Okay guys, in this slide, as you guys can see, the motion indicates that the athlete is bending her knee, that is known as a flexion movement. And there are various types of muscle that will involve in this movement, which is for the major one, it will help to generate force in order to produce a movement when she want to bend and releasing the ball. quadricep is act as antagonist muscles while hamstring act as agonist muscles. There will be one another supporter muscle that is act as a synergist, which is gastrocnemius. The muscles will evolve as soon as she extends her leg into standing face while releasing the ball. And then, other than that, for the flexion movement, the hinge joint is the major point that is used to produce a movement. It will allow to bend and flex her knee to the degree that she wants. By the way, for this action, as soon as she is bending, the result of analysis video record that she is bending to 37.1 degree. Now, I will move to the next part, which is I will explain about the angular displacement, since in this movement we have angular motion. Angular motion is occur to describe a movement around body into the fixed axis. So beside this, we provide the calculation to get the angular velocity when the athlete is bending, flexing his knee, her knees, and after we calculate the value, we got that she is bending 2.66 radians per second. So that's all for my part. I will pass to the next presenter for the next presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Fasha. Now I will explain about arm movement in netball shooting. There are 4 phases: aiming, ready, shooting, and follow through. But I will focus on just 3: ready, shooting, and follow through. In this movement, 2 main joints are involved. The first one is the elbow joint, which is a hinge joint, and the second one is the shoulder joint, which is a ball and socket joint. This is the example for angular motion. Angular motion happens when the shoulder and elbow rotate around their joints. In the ready phase, the player holds the ball above the head with both arms straight. The shoulder is in flexion using the anterior deltoid and pectoralis major muscle. The elbow is fully extended with the tricep working to keep it straight. This phase helps with balance and preparation before the throw. In the shooting phase, the player bends the elbow. Based on the previous phase, the elbow moves from extension to flexion and the shoulder continues to extend. The bicep helps to bend the elbow at first, while the tricep, deltoid, and pectoralis major generate power for the throw. In the follow-through phase, the arm remains straight after the ball is released. The shoulders stay extended with support from the latissimus dorsi and posterior deltoid to control and slow down the arm movement. The elbow moves from a bent position to a straight one, which means the motion changes from flexion to extension. The tricep remains active to maintain control and safely complete the throwing motion. Now, I will pass to Christina.
So, thank you Shaza for the explanation just now. So, let's move to the phase 3, which is wrist movement. Alright, as you can see in this slide, they have 3 positions in wrist movement, which is the first one is ready position, second one is shooting position, and the last one is follow through. So, in Archimedes law have 3 classes, which is a class 1, class 2, class 3. But in these skills require a class 3. So, class 3 levels. As you know, class 3 levels have a 3 component, which is the first one is load, the second one is fulcrum, and the last one is force. So, in this component we'll use in class 3 for this skill. Class 3 level have a different arrangement in these 3 classes, which is in this class where the force is applied between the fulcrum and the load. Even though they have the same component in these classes, they will be different in arrangement and function. This type of lever is effective as it increases the speed of movement that will give accuracy to shooters. Hence, helping shooters to control the movement and generate force to shoot the ball towards the goal. Class 3 is explained, where the fulcrum will be located at the wrist. The effort is applied by the muscle of the palm, and the ball will be present as a load.
What is linear motion? Linear motion is a motion in a straight line. Now we move to the phase of linear motion. We have three phases, which is preparation, first generation, and release point. The first phase is preparation. The player holds the ball steady near her chest or above her shoulder. No movement yet, muscles are active and ready to push. Second phase is force generation. The player starts to the end, her arms forward and slightly upward. She may also use leg to add power. The ball starts to move with the hand in a straight line. The last phase is release point, which is end of linear motion. The hand fully extends and the ball is released into the air. This is the exact moment when linear motion and projectile motion begins. The motion of the hand and the ball before this is straight and controlled. Now we move to the linear velocity intro. The first one is direction. The ball moves upward and forward in a straight path. When she starts pushing the ball, it moves diagonally, not just straight up or straight forward, but it makes of both. This part is straight and it's controlled by her hands. This is direction of linear velocity. In this image, it looks like the ball is moving toward at the hook and slightly upward. So that's the direction of linear velocity. Now it's controlled by arm and body push. The linear velocity doesn't happen on its own. It's caused by arm muscle pushing the ball, and sometimes it's small lift from her legs or body. The faster she pushes, the more velocity the ball will have. Then next, velocity change. Start at 0, then increase steadily. At the beginning, when she just holding the ball, velocity is 0. As soon as she pushes, the ball starts to move faster and faster in a straight path. This is called acceleration, the key part of linear motion. The important moment of linear motion is to reach maximum velocity right at the release. The moment she let go of the ball when it has reached a higher speed. She applies all force she can. Now the ball is ready to fly. This is last moment of linear motion. Everything from here on become projectile motion. The last one is linear, and when linear ends when the ball leaves she hand and projectile motion start. Once the ball is no longer touch the hand, no longer in linear motion. It becomes a projectile moving in a curved path to utility. She no longer controls the ball, only gravity and initial velocity do. And the last one, we have three factors make linear velocity increase. The first one is arm strength. The more force and the more velocity. Second, speed of movement, quick push and get higher velocity. And the last one, technique, smooth and direct pass, and can get efficient motion. So that's my part. Thank you.
Alright, thank you Ain. So I will continue to explain about projectile motion. Projectile motion is when an object moves through the air in a curved path after being thrown a launch. In netball, after release the ball during a shot, it follows a curved path or called parabola. So that is called projectile motion. So there is three key phases of projectile motion, which is upward phase, peak and downward phase. For the upward phase, the ball goes upward because GR releases it at an angle and the vertical speed decreases due to gravity. When the ball reaches the highest point, it called the peak, which is the vertical speed is 0. Lastly, downward phase. When the ball comes down into the ring, happen because gravity pulls it down. Projectile motion consists of two independent motion happening at the same time. First is horizontal motion. The ball moves forward at constant speed. There is no force stopping it if we ignore air resistance. Second is vertical motion. The ball moves upward, slows down, then falls back down because of gravity. Gravity pulls the ball down faster. The path of the ball depends on how strong the shot is, initial speed and direction, the angle, the height of release and gravity. So now let's look at the graph. So this graph shows the speed of the netball over time after GR took the shot. As you can see, at the beginning, the speed is high around 4.8 meter per second. This is right after GR released the ball. Why? Because the ball has maximum energy from the push during the shot. So it starts moving upward and forward quickly. Then the speed starts to decrease steadily. This is the part where the ball is going upward against gravity. Why? Because gravity pulls the ball downward and slowing it down. So the vertical speed decreases like the ball is losing speed as it climbs higher in the air. Here, the speed is at its lowest point. This is where the ball reaches the peak of its path. Why? Because at the peak, vertical speed is 0. So the ball changes direction from upward to downward. After that, the speed starts to increase again slightly. This is when the ball falls down into the net. Why? Because when the gravity pulls the ball downward, the ball gains speed as it drops.
Okay, now last for the conclusion, I will sum up for this presentation. I will explain how to improve shooting in netball. First, our knees need to bend to increase balance and power. We need to make sure our angle is around 45 degrees. And other than that, to improve our shooting, our elbow must be pointed toward the ring with angle around 90 degrees. Other than that, we need to forming L shape between the upper arm and forearm and lock the position when we shooting. So that's all for our presentation. Thank you.